Ted Lasso, my favorite TV show. Ted Lasso is my idol. Like, I look up to him. Like, if the world would be like Ted Lasso, we wouldn't have war, we would have peace, everything would be fine. Here's one of my favorite sayings. Be like a goldfish.
Coach, I'm sorry. You know what the happiest animal on earth is? It's a goldfish. You know why?
No.
It's got a 10-second memory. Be a goldfish, Sam. Yeah? Yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
The goldfish has a 10-second memory, so it forgets everything that it was upset about and it gets happy again. So the goldfish is mostly in the present moment. Why are we talking about the goldfish? Because trauma patterns are not to be processed by you, it's processed by the body. And the body processes it if you leave it alone, which means you make it inactive. If you make the negative inactive, everything is gonna work out. But you're spending time on the memory of your exes, you're spending time on the worries, you're spending time talking back to the patterns of the brain. So be more like a goldfish. Make things inactive. A lot of you spending all day in your head talking back to a story. You're walking through the mall, you're going for a walk on a hike, you're even at the gym talking back to your boss, talking back to your partner, talking back to your ex, talking back to your parents. And you're spending time on these thoughts, which means you're feeding the thoughts. If you can have this image of being like a goldfish, it means forget about it and come back to the present moment. Now, how do we do that? We don't do that by saying, oh, I want to forget about this thing I want to forget about. Because by saying, I want to forget about this Pink Panther, you're thinking of a Pink Panther. By saying for the next 10 minutes, you can think about anything but a pink elephant, you want to think about the pink elephant. So you are making things inactive by making other things active. So you want to make active the things you want to spend your time on, which are the valued actions. Because if you're still trying to make thoughts active or emotions active, the brain is just like, oh, you love making things active. You love making emotions, like fixing emotions, trying to get rid of emotions, switching out emotions. Let me give you more emotions, more of the excessive anxiety, more of the excessive emotions, so you can fix them, switch them out, because you show me with your behavior that that's what you love. For things to make an active, that doesn't mean to get relief from emotions and thoughts. Because you trying to get relief from emotions and thoughts is just causing more emotions and thoughts to come. The reason for that is, let's say there's jealousy coming up in your body and you want to have relief from that jealousy because you think your partner's cheating on you by going on your phone, going on your Instagram and checking if your partner's doing appropriate things. And let's say you see him playing soccer or see her, whatever, in boxing class, and you're like, relief, they're not cheating on me. This is actually very hurtful for your mental health, and the reason is this. The brain looks at this whole process of you realizing you have an uncomfortable emotions and then fixing it and you having relief, and at the end the brain's like, hey, you just got happy. You just got relief. I want you to always be happy because I'm your best friend, the brain. So how did you get happy? Oh, I know. I gave you this feeling of jealousy. You did this thing with your phone, which I don't know what it is, but you did it and you got relief. So the way you're going to be happy is if I just give you more jealousy and you do this thing with the phone. And that's why trying to get relief from a feeling is actually creating more excessive feelings. In every aspect, in every feeling, you have to connect this holistically. If you're trying to get rid of anxiety by avoiding going out to social events, you will create more anxiety. Even if you're trying to get rid of anxiety with a breathing technique, or like a technique that some doctors or therapists give you, like the hazing that Justin Bieber got from his, every time he gets anxiety, he needs to do this, you're actually in the long term creating more anxiety, so it's complete nonsense.
You know, Justin and I developed a routine that when he feels stressed, that he can use a technique called havening that I was trained in. And havening is a psychosensory technique that actually raises the feel-good chemicals in your brain on demand.
So what you want to do to make those emotions, those patterns, those thoughts, those trauma patterns inactive is actually focus mindfully on the valued actions and let the emotions and thoughts burn. Let them do what they want to do. You want to do the valued actions with any emotions and thoughts that come up. You don't want to interfere, because you interfering is you showing your brain that you're engaging with these things. But you not interfering, which is challenging because you got to be okay with the uncomfortable emotions. That's going to be a practice, but it will create emotional fitness because you're actually practicing with being uncomfortable emotions, which is like strong, like pushing weights or pulling weights. You are getting stronger. So what you want to practice is actually doing the valued actions with all the wrong feelings. You used to always avoid going to the gym or going to events or going hang out with friends or doing your homework because maybe of a feeling of not feeling like it. That's not your intuition. You want to practice doing the important things with the feeling of not feeling like it, because that's how you show your brain that you trust yourself. You will actually build more emotional fitness, and over time you will actually have less of the feeling of not feeling like it, because those emotions are going to be so small for you because you getting bigger with the fitness, you're getting stronger. So the anxiety that now feels so strong will be so small, and you will build a self-trust. You will build a knowing, because by you posting on social media, you creating your business, you moving forward, you're showing yourself with your experience that that's something you can do, and you become more confident. It's the same. Think of it like a little child. You show the little child that you can do these things, but by avoiding doing the things, the little child gets even more scared, because it's like, hey, I'm scared of these things, but if even you are scared of these things, I'm even more scared of these things. That's why you want to be okay with the little child screaming at you, oh, we're not ready yet, you're not good enough, and do the valued actions anyway. Because then over time, the brain will learn, the little child will learn. But you don't want to make the goal for you to feel better.
Technique that actually raises the feel-good chemicals in your brain on demand.
Because then you always check, do I feel better? Do I not feel better? And the checking is still engaging with the patterns. So the brain's like, ha, you cannot trick me. I give you more of the patterns. So we want to stop engaging and make the measure of success a different path. We want to not make the measure of success anymore of chasing happiness, chasing pleasure, chasing feelings, or getting relief. We want to make the measure of success doing the things we want to do in our lives. The paradox is, by doing the things that we want to do mindfully with any emotions and thoughts, over time, we actually are becoming more fulfilled and happy, because we're feeding our garden. We're creating more of a stability. We're creating more of a rich life, because we're spending and growing the things on what we want to grow. And we're showing the brain a new software, because we're directing the brain with our focus, which is our superpower, in a direction of our valued actions, and that's what our brain's going to support us with. But if you keep spending time on fixing feelings, fixing thoughts, fixing memories, trying to recall things in the past, trying to fix things in the past, you will get more and more, and you will not be like a goldfish. So be like a goldfish. And you be like a goldfish by doing the 10-second thing. You know how they have a 10-second memory?
Sam, do you remember what animal has the shortest memory?
A goldfish.
So every time you see, you cannot control the thoughts that come inside of your head. All the narrative, the story can come inside of your head, right? You cannot control that. But you can control if you're talking back. And if you realize you got caught in it, you're like, no, oh, I want to be a goldfish. Okay, I'll bring my focus back to the present moment. You cut it off. You cut the memory off by shifting your focus back. And that doesn't mean that the narrative, the brain, is going to be like, oh, we stop. You're a goldfish now. Sorry, we didn't know. You identify as a goldfish now, and we only have a 10-second memory. The brain doesn't like it, because the brain's like, hey, you used to engage with these patterns. These patterns kept us safe. You're not engaging with them anymore. I need to give you more scary thoughts. And your job is to not identify with these thoughts and understand that the brain is only giving you more radical things and more fears and more worries, because it wants you to stay safe. And be like, yeah, brain, I'm the most irresponsible person, and I'm focusing on doing the chest press right now. I'm focusing on talking to this person right now. This doesn't have to be perfect. This just has to be more taking up territory. So it can be messy, because it's a taking up territory. It doesn't have to be linear of you constantly perfectly only focusing on the present moment, because you're going to focus on the present moment, and then the brain's going to attack you again. You're going to be like, oh no, that's right. You're taking up more territory and coming back. It's this taking up more territory all throughout the day. And you want to start in the beginning of the day because you make it way harder if you start later in the day. If you don't start in the beginning of the day and you wake up, there's rumination and you ruminate, you're already telling your brain, oh, today's compulsion day. We're doing compulsion. Let me give you more thoughts. And you're just increasing the snowball effect and it gets bigger and bigger. So you want to actually start in the beginning of the day, and you make it easy for yourself by already proactively saying what you're going to do instead of being reactively based on your feelings. Proactively growing your value garden. So maybe you want to proactively build your physical fitness and you say, okay, first thing in the morning, I'll go to the gym. When you wake up, you don't fix feelings, you don't talk back. You're like, I can have any feelings and thoughts and I move now while I'm not ready yet. The brain will give you the thoughts of not being ready yet, not having the right feeling yet to protect you. But you want to show yourself that you trust yourself and you want to do it mindfully. So you get up, go to the restroom, drink some water, maybe get some supplements, and go right away outside the house. Take up more territory and make the measure of success of doing those actions. And throughout the day, you want to bring your focus back to the present moment. A great tool is what I taught you guys, is talking out loud to your brain, saying, no brain, we're walking right now. When the brain comes in, oh, but you have to think about your ex. No brain, we're walking right now. No brain, we're driving right now. That's you bringing your focus back and taking up more territory. It's really cool. And expect it to be challenging in the beginning. Expect it to be challenging for some weeks, maybe some months. It will be this muscle that you're building where then everything will be easier. You will be stronger. It's more sustainable. It's so much more sustainable because you actually built a muscle. You actually built a foundation then. And on some point you'll be like, wow, everything is so much easier because you built that muscle. So you want to have patience with it and make it about the practice. Not just watching this video, you want to start practicing. Meditation will help you so much as well, because if you sit down, silent meditation for emotional fitness, because guided meditation is great for your physical body and relaxation, to focus on someone guiding you. But you sitting in silence, having all the emotions and thoughts coming up of impatience, thoughts of you don't even know if you're meditating right, and you focusing back on your breath is also showing your brain that you're taking up more territory. So be a goldfish. If you haven't checked out Ted Lasso, it's my favorite series in the world. I love it. And it's so heartfelt. You learn a lot of things about how to be a good person as well, and how to build a community and how to have friends. It's incredible. I'm serious. With that being said, be a goldfish.
Sam, what do you think we should all do once we get done being sad and or angry about this situation?
I think we should all be a goldfish.
I agree. Let's be sad now. Let's be sad together. And then we can be a gosh darn goldfish. Onward, forward.
I love you guys.